to talk about anger.
Almighty push.
I was told recently that, hey, you got you got an anger issue. Like you seem to really you got an anger issue. And I thought about it. I'm like, I mean, I know I have an anger issue. That's why I don't get angry. I'm one of those people that doesn't really, what's the word? I don't really I don't react. You know what I'm saying? If I know I'm about to do something, if I know I'm losing control of where something is going, I take a step back. You feel me? And then, them telling me that kind of had me think, like, am I really an angry person? Right? Like, does anger really mess up my life? And at first I was just like, heck no, blah, blah, blah. But I felt like that's what somebody that's angry would say. You know what I'm saying? So then I sat there and I was just like, how do I react to stuff? Right? While on the phone with the person that's telling me that, which is my mom, of course, right? Um, Something happened right then and there. You know what I mean? The dog pooped in the house. Because I literally just walked out, trying to like cope with what she's saying. I walked out of my room because I was on the phone, and I see my dog get pooped. And I was so angry. You know what I'm saying? Put him out, you know what I mean? And not outside, but patio or whatever, you know what I mean? Well, I had to, of course, clean the poop. But I was so angry while on the phone with her. And she was like, see what I'm talking about? And it even made me more angry, right? And I'm like, but it's a normal human emotion, though. And I told her that. I was like, so the dog pooped in the house. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just be. She's like, well, does he have diarrhea? Does he have this and that? And I'm like, you're just giving excuses for this man. You know what I mean? Because I know his history, his track history of doing this and how he does this and this and that and that and that. You just on the phone, right? But ultimately, after the whole phone call and after I cleaned the poop and all that good stuff, I sat down and I just thought about it. And I was just like, does she have a point? Right? Am I an angry person? Are we all angry people? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm on this path, you know what I'm saying, to enlightenment and all that purpose, blah, blah. But, on the path, I understand that you have to deal with all the emotions in life. You kind of have to conquer the emotions. And I'm like, recently I felt like I've conquered loss, dealing with the feeling of losing stuff. Like if something leaves me, I don't really like, I just, okay. No matter how I feel about it, I just accept it and just, I think I've conquered that. And I heard on the next phase is anger. That's, and I'm like, all these signs that are telling me, oh, you need to watch anger and all that. But anger, it's a normal human emotion. And when it comes to you, if you don't act on it, which I don't do, I might not, not acting on my anger, which makes me not angry. But nah, I think not. I think I'm still feeling the emotion of anger and I haven't conquered it. That's why I'm, walking away or not talking while I'm angry. But the goal is not necessarily to walk away, but the goal is to feel the emotion of anger. No, okay, this makes me angry, right? And move that emotion of anger out the way and put in the emotion of bliss or happiness, right there in that exact moment, right? That's kind of the goal. My thought, the goal before was, what gets you angry, you avoid it. But it's not to avoid, right? But rather to overcome, to conquer. Shout out to Xiang Yi, Master Xiang Yi. I was watching this stuff and he gave a very good explanation about that. So the goal is to conquer it. It's still going to be there, but you've overcome it. So when it pops up, you know how to control it, how to move it back and forth. If anger is the issue and you can conquer that anger while still being angry, if you necessarily need to tap into anger to maybe achieve something, some other feat, you can easily tap into anger, right? So me realizing that it's not about like, oh, I'm angry, let me walk away. It's more like realizing I'm angry. Why am I angry? You feel me? What did this person say to get me angry? Figure it out, right? Try to understand that anger I'm feeling is valid for my emotion, right? Cool. But then literally move my emotional state out of focusing on that anger and focus on maybe happiness, whatever it is, instead of running away. Because I feel like, personally, I feel like right now, the way I am, if I was cornered in a situation where something made me extremely angry, shout out to Jason. What's going on, Jason? Yeah, I just got on live. I've not been on live in a while. Yeah, it's, a lot has been going on, right? So I feel like if I feel that anger, right? Let's say I get upset, blah 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 blah. Right now, I feel like if somebody cornered me in anger, somebody cornered me in those emotions, like if they like really just cornered me, put me to the corner, I would lose it. Probably murk somebody. You know what I mean? But the goal is that the goal is, if cornered, if put in those emotional states, I can still maintain my calm, even give a smile, laugh, and all that, because I've overcome that emotion of anger. I was still, what they doing will still upset me, but I wouldn't latch on to that feeling, but rather put another feeling on. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm learning. So when my mother was talking about you were angry and da da da, and I was just like, no, now I kind of, as of from the time she told me until today, I've kind of like accepted it that yes, I do get angry a lot. I accept that I do get angry. And I accept that my approach to anger before was, let me go ahead and just walk away, avoid the situation. Now my approach to anger is, why am I angry? This is a journey, mind you. I just started this, right? Shout out to you, Jason, for sure. That's our mod right here, Jason. Why am I angry? You know, this thing that's making me angry. Like, why is it making me angry? Like, there's a difference from why am I angry? Like, basically identify the anger, what got me angry, and then why is this thing making me angry? As per, why is whoever is doing this thing, or whatever this thing is, this situation, why is this thing happening to me that's making me angry, right? So it's just to ask all these questions. Truthfully, by the time you start asking yourself questions while going through that situation right there, you tend to stop getting angry, because not that you're going to be completely not angry, you know what I'm saying? You're not just going, but you're going to start noticing, like, like there could be multiple situations, multiple scenarios, multiple reasons why that could be, and not necessarily in aim to get you upset and get you mad, get you angry. It just happened that this got you angry. Now you realizing that nothing is targeting you to get you angry, not no situation, not God, not nature, not somebody, not this dog, not, you know what I'm saying? Me realizing that dog, maybe he, as my mom said, he had a running stomach, maybe this and that, right? Me understanding that, I might still feel that emotion of anger, because yes, that's an emotion, but now not that anger is not towards anything, and I can just go away, move that to the side, and replace what I need to place in. This is how I think of it, right? So anger, I'm using, of course, this whole time I've used myself as an example, this anger thing. But I think this applies to, anybody else that's human. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody thinks like I do or operates like I do, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people operate and think like I do, right? When it comes to, emotions, human emotions, we all have them. You know what I'm saying? So me learning that, I have to conquer that anger is the first step. And right now, as of today, it's basically my day one on that journey. And one of my approaches to doing this is being conscious of myself at all times. What I mean by being conscious of myself at all times, literally, I'm paying attention to myself at all times. So I put it like this. Normally, let's say I'm talking right now, I'm focusing on this. So right now I'm talking, I'm focusing at this, I'm talking to this, and see, while I'm doing this, see, this is, I think this is even a perfect one, right? When you're creating content, you're looking at the camera, right? Assuming that people are watching you, right? And then you're also watching your mannerisms. If you're someone that cusses, you don't cuss so much, you don't do all that, based on what you're doing. That's being mindful, being conscious, being aware of where you are at the time, right? And I think that's a good idea of being mindful, right? Just being aware of what your body is doing at all times. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm talking about. So me being mindful, sometimes, of course, because it's a practice, right? I just started on it, so of course, you're gonna fall off. Some things you're gonna do, then you're gonna catch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not talking when you know you don't need to talk. Not saying what you da, da, da. These are the ways to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? And me, this is the practice I'm doing right now. So this way, if I get something gets me angry, something gets me happy, something gets me sad, whatever it is, I can pay attention because I'm so conscious now of my body, my mental state, whatever it's more about, of course, I'm living life, but while I'm living life, I'm paying attention to me mentally. I'm thinking, how am I feeling right now? How's my breathing right now? While I'm walking on the street, while I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's something that I used to, I'm an overthinker already. I've already been like this, subconsciously. Now I'm trying to do it consciously, right? And this is where the benefits come in. A lot of us panic and we think and worry. That's unless that's subconscious. We're not controlling the mind. Learning to do it this way, that meditation, that focus, that's the conscious one. You know what I'm saying? And that is the one that helps you. You feel what I'm saying? It's like stress, right? If you think of stress, there's, for those of us that understand stress, whether you be a biology person or whatever it is, or even a grown up, there's two kinds of stress. I mean, there's stress, right? When we talk about stress, it's stress, right? But there's two kinds of stress. The stress you get from daily life that you let overwhelm you, and then the stress you go to the gym or go put in, maybe doing a little work or something, little problem solving. There's those kind of stress that actually help you, momentary stress, right? And that's kind of the idea, I think, with consciousness, right? It's like subconsciously you can be an overthinker, like someone that thinks about everything. You worried about everything. This happens. You want to stress about this. You can be that kind of person. Or you can be a conscious thinker, right? And put all that overthinking into being aware of yourself at all times, as well as living your life. See, it's not easy to do. I promise you it's not easy. It sounds easy, but it's really not easy because as humans, we want to just live. Because to be honest with you, being aware of yourself at all times, it's almost like bondage. I'm just be honest. This is where I kind of see it because you don't just react like when you want to react. You don't just for example, I'm someone that likes to smoke herb, right? I just don't, pick up the herb and start smoking now. Now I'm aware that I'm about to, I literally I'm like, the thought of herb just came in my mind. Now I'm about to pick up. It's like you really start thinking and start going into everything. And it really does. It's that overthinking in a sense kind of goes more controlled and you using it for your own self. Now you aware at all times. As I said, you can liken it to how it is right now as I'm on here. Like I'm aware that people are watching me. I'm watching myself. I'm aware of how my body is moving. Other than me seeing what's going on, I'm aware of how my body's moving because I have an idea of the perception I want others to feel about me. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is more towards yourself. This is what being like this mindfulness, right? And this is how I feel I'm going to use to tackle this idea of anger that I got in me. I feel you can also use that to tackle the idea of fear as well. But for right now, we're talking about anger. This video is this first section right now is talking about anger, right? So with me noticing that, okay, this gets me angry, right? This. I ask myself them questions, being mindful. I think that would help a lot. Not that I think, I know it will because that's actually the process that a lot, that's a lot, really that's the process. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I'm very enthused. Enthusiastic about this journey right now. I'm not even gonna lie because I can remember dealing with loss, like losing stuff. That journey was mind blowing, literally mind blowing. Like it destroyed my mind. Like I felt it was depressing and all that. But when I conquered it, literally learning to surrender, it's one phase. It's just one phase. And I thought, that was it. But then anger came in and I realized it. Like, truthfully, like I realized things started getting me angry. Like, you know what I mean? And even though I learned to lose stuff, like let things go, no matter how effort I put into stuff, I can't control how the thing happens, right? How the result comes back to me. I can control that. So I've accepted that. But then things start getting me angry. People start doing things, and I'm like, I thought I understood. I thought I was accepting of it. But they were just, and now understanding, my mom's telling me this and all that, just kind of pieced it together. I think it's the universe way of telling me, let's work on anger now. Let's work on this emotion. And I heard that there's other emotions also on the way too, like fear. As I said, fear. I think fear is the next one or something, and there's some more. But right now, anger is the one we tackle it, and anger is, where, I feel like, what I'm going through, a lot of people going through. Don't forget, it's Almighty, right? You know what I'm saying? Even though we're on Bro Talk or whatever, it's just Almighty, right? Almighty Vibes, right? Almighty 10K, Almighty, you know what I'm saying? Night Job Boy in LA, Almighty Bro Talk, you feel what I'm saying? Almighty meaning if I can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? We are all mighty. And that mind state, to be honest, is that's the whole brand. You feel me? So yeah, just understand that. So that's why I bring my situations out here. I don't share too much of my personal life, just concepts and things that that I know that for sure we all going through to a certain degree. You feel me? And yeah, so try this out with me as I'm doing this, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see how it goes, you know what I'm saying? So just pay attention to yourself. Like I'm got to be paying attention to myself. Don't say things that you don't need to say. So just be aware of yourself. Be aware of your body at all times. Be aware of all the muscles in your body. Be aware of every movement you take. Just watch yourself as though you're a movie. So literally just pay attention to yourself. While you watching that movie, while you watching me right now, watch yourself. Like mentally watch yourself. So if you make a move, be aware that you just made that move. Don't just make the move and and don't think about it. Not think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And let's see how, give it like 3 days. Let's see how it plays out for you. For me, I'm trying to run this on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to run this at least 7 days and see how it goes, and see if I notice that, it's getting better or not, type stuff. So yeah, it's your boy Almighty, man. Don't forget to subscribe, tap in with that tap in, right? Hey, so we on the journey, you know what I'm saying? This is Bro Talk, LA's on Positive Vibe, you know what I'm saying? Reacting to trending topics, all that good stuff from a point of empathy, love, peace, joy, all that good stuff, right? We also, do stuff like this, podcast. My personal life I bring to you is your boy Almighty. It's Almighty Vibes as well. It's Almighty 10K as well. It's Night Job Boy in LA. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of everything. But yes, so
Almighty